Science Practice Number 8. Obtaining, Evaluating, and Communicating Information. The Next Generation Science Standards outline 8 essential practices that are based on an analysis of what professional scientists do. By engaging in these practices, students gain an understanding and appreciation of important scientific concepts, skills, and discoveries. Here we explore practice number 8, obtaining, evaluating, and communicating information. Science is an iterative process and cannot advance if scientists are unable to find information, evaluate its impact and legitimacy, and then communicate their own findings clearly and persuasively. These findings are then evaluated by others in the scientific community who challenge, refine, and build on them. Scientists obtain information from a variety of sources, including their own experimentation and observations, other first-hand sources, photographs, remotely sensed data, and the Internet, and by examining the work of other scientists and researchers. All information is not created equal. Scientists must be able to determine whether the information they have found is reliable and evidence-based. They must also be able to identify sources of error and methodological flaws, and differentiate observations from inferences, arguments from explanations, and claims from evidence. Scientists must be able to communicate their findings clearly through text and images, including charts, graphs, and photographs. Being able to communicate scientific results in a clear and concise format so that others can understand them is crucial to disseminating research and allowing other scientists to build on prior work. In the classroom, one way to help students build their skills in obtaining, evaluating, and communicating information is to have them develop a zine, a small do-it-yourself magazine that lets anyone share and easily distribute his or her ideas. To begin the process, have students propose and research a topic that builds on specific course content that they find interesting. Guide them by asking questions such as, "What interests you about this topic? What else would you like to know? And what would you like to tell others about this topic?" Students can obtain information for their zine from various sources. Critically evaluating the quality of this information and determining if it is scientifically sound can be a challenge, since students likely have a limited understanding of the subject they are meant to be interpreting. Since zines give students an opportunity to be educators in their own right, they don't want to fall into a trap and mislead others. Therefore, it is important that they find and use reliable resources and conduct referenced background research. It is important to help students learn how to critically assess the information they find. Their first task is to ensure that the source is reputable. To help scaffold students' ability to determine if an information source is reliable, pose questions such as the following. Do you know who created the resource and the source's or author's credentials? Do you know the copyright and when it was last updated? Is there any evidence of bias? For example, is only one point of view presented? Can you distinguish whether the resource includes facts rather than opinions? Is the information referenced in other places? And are you comfortable citing this source in your bibliography? Why or why not? Once students have done the preliminary research on their topic, they can dig in and prepare short outlines of their zine content. Using their final outlines, they can create a storyboard that includes a written script on the computer or with pen and paper. They should strive to be direct and concise in their language and to avoid jargon. They should include interesting examples and relevant analogies to explain their ideas, and visuals that help to elucidate the content. Students should also be prepared to revise and rewrite until they have a polished product that is properly referenced. Once students' zines are complete, They can share their work with others and evaluate one another's work according to a rubric that includes the following. Is the material clear and understandable? Is the material properly referenced? Do the references seem reliable? Do the graphs, charts, illustrations, and photographs support the conclusions made in the article? The 8 science practices outlined in the Next Generation Science Standards are designed to teach students to think like scientists. Obtaining information, evaluating it, and communicating it to others are all crucial skills that allow students to follow scientific discussions and to connect with the world of science. These skills will also empower students both in their personal lives, as they make decisions about their health and well-being, and in their roles as citizens who contribute to discourse about the future of our country and the world.